Northern Star News proudly presents a Den 9 special report on the 2007 Council Year in Review. And now, here are your Cub reporters.
Good evening. I'm Cub reporter Leo.
And I'm Cub reporter George.
In tonight's special report, we'll be showing you all the fun stuff that happened in 2007.
The first event was the Pinewood Derby.
Let's go to our roving reporter Will for more.
Thanks, guys. The Pinewood Derby is one of the most popular events of the year. This year, over 23,000 racers from 600 Cub Scout packs have participated. 187 of the top local finishers squared off in the Council Pinewood Derby at the Mall of America on June 2nd. Pinewood Derby has been part of Boy Scouting since 1954. To create their cars, Scouts start with kits consisting of a block of wood, 4 nails, 4 axles, and 4 plastic wheels. Using their imaginations and a few of Dad's tools, Scouts create their own masterpieces for race day. Now let's go back to the studio.
Thanks, Will. You know, Leo, Cub Scouting isn't just about having fun. It's about helping people, too.
That's right, George, and one way we do that is through the Scouting for Food program.
Cub Scouts distribute bags around their neighborhood. Residents deposit non-perishable food items in the bags, and then Scouts pick them up about a week later. The bags of food are brought to local food shelves who use it to help feed families.
About 10,000 Scouts in the Northern Star Council participated in the program last year, and almost 400,000 pounds of food was gathered.
In other news, Scouts from around the Midwest gathered at Camp Ripley last summer.
The Ripley Rendezvous was the largest Scout gathering in the country last year, and it was right here in Minnesota.
Our roving den leader, Kayla, has more.
That's right, guys. In June, 12,000 Scouts and leaders descended on this camp in northern Minnesota for an entire weekend of fun scouting activities. People literally came from all over the place. 10,000 Scouts and 2,000 leaders came from 5 states. So the Ripley Rendezvous became the largest overnight gathering of Scouts in the entire U.S. More than 6,000 of those Scouts came from the Northern Star Council alone. This is held only once every 4 years, the Ripley Rendezvous, but a lot of things are included here. Military exhibits, the historical exhibits as well, competitive games, shooting sports, rifle, black powder, shotgun, and archery, as well as a scouting expo with displays, hands-on demonstrations, and information. And, of course, to wrap it all up, a spectacular evening fireworks show. And would you guys believe, with over 12,000 people there, it was actually Minnesota's 80th largest city on that weekend in June. Back to you.
Thanks. I wish I could have been there, but in Den 9 we had our own summer camp.
That's right, George. We went to camp like a lot of other Scouts from the council.
Our Cub Master, Mr. Hammelman, will give us his report on last summer's Scout camp.
Thanks, George. You know, when you take the SC out of Scouting, you have outing. And that's exactly what members did in the summer of 2007. 9,455 Scouts camped for a week or more at either Many Point or Tomahawk Scout camps. And over 4,500 Cub Scouts camped for 2 or more nights at Kiwanis, Stearns, or Filippo Cub Scout resident camps. These are both 3% increases over last year. Boy Scout program highlights included the new Iceberg Climb, and Cub Scouts enjoyed the updated facilities and water activities. And finally, over 32,000 youth members and adults camped at the Council's weekend camps. Summer camp gives Scouts memories that'll last a lifetime. Someday you might even tell your own kids about your camp adventures, right, guys? Hey, guys, are you there? Guys?
Yeah. Oops. Take it away, George.
Weeblo's experience.
George, we're only bears, remember? How would we know what Weeblo's experienced?
Easy, we just asked our Cub Master.
Okay, but you guys better pay attention this time. You'll be Weeblos next year, remember?
Okay.
All right. Weeblo's Experience is a chance for Cub Scouts to start the transition to Boy Scouts and have a positive introduction to Boy Scout camping. Over 2,200 participants attended Webelos Experience October 6th and 7th at Camp Stearns. Webelos, leaders, and parents enjoyed new games, tried new things at the See and Do area, and worked on activity badges. Some of the favorites in the games area were beach blanket volleyball, jousting, and tossing a ball through the hole of a rolling inner tube. Some of the most popular See and Do activities included watching flying model airplanes, building model rockets, seeing search and rescue dog demonstrations, blacksmith and historic firearms demonstrations, climbing into an armored personnel carrier, and sitting in the driver's seat of a Dodge Viper and Corvette. This event is only held every other year and always ends with a spectacular fireworks show. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Mr. Hamelin. Just think, Leo, we'll be Webelos at this time next year.
I can't wait for a Webelos experience.
Our last year in review event is winter camping and polar cubs.
Camping out in the snow seems cold, but it can be really fun. Let's send it back to Akayla for more.
Well, you know, Leo and George, trying to light a fire and pitch a tent in the snow and ice can be a little more challenging. But, you know, sleeping under the stars in a comfy bed of snow is something every scout should experience. Take a look at this. In 2007, over 6,000 Cub Scouts took part in Polar Cubs. This is an outdoor one-day camp of winter fun, of course, in Philippo Scout Reservation. That's down by Cannon Falls, Minnesota. Some of the activities here included snow tubing, broom ball, an obstacle course, winter nature activities, crafts, snowshoeing, capture the flag, and the ever-popular snow golf. Now, the Boy Scouts actually went a step further and stayed overnight in the snow and ice. Nearly 1,500 scouts and venturers attended Snow Base and North Wind winter camps, spending a night out in a snow shelter and really enjoying the snow and ice. Activities including sledding, dog sledding, snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, as well as some ice fishing and maybe a little shivering to boot. This year was also a great opportunity for scouts to earn their Zero Hero Award. And two things have to happen for that. They have to stay overnight, and it has to be below zero. So this is something you guys have to look forward to.
And that does it for our Northern Star Council Year in Review. I'm Cub Reporter Leo.
And I'm Cub Reporter George. Thanks for watching. The report is in and we're out.
This Den 9 special report has been brought to you by Northern Star News.